Reclaiming our identity through Indigenous cultural generative acts to improve mental health of all generations. This reading shared many insights towards Indigenous lives, specifically Alaskan Natives, and mentions the highs and lows and the many ways they endured adversity. My name is Jessica Strigio. I was born and raised in Canada, but my parents came from Poland. I was raised speaking Polish, eating cultural food, and celebrating Polish traditions and holidays. We were an average family in the middle class. We would travel to Poland to visit family every few years. Family and culture are very important to me. This is a way of knowing who I am and celebrating my differences, especially here in Canada, where it is so inclusive. Knowing what struggles my ancestors went through in order to have my family where it is now is very admirable, especially hearing stories about how my grandparents survived the war and the way that they had to live. The lessons in their stories I will hold on forever. Alaskan Natives' most important value is family. Your family sticks by your side through thick and thin. As stated in the reading, the Natives had issues with substance abuse. This affected the individual, their family, and their tribe. Most times, to reach sobriety, the person themselves must realize that they want to do better and become the elder for their community. It was found that what had contributed to long-term recovery was filling expected roles as an elder in their family and the community, sharing their wisdom and experiences gathered over a lifetime, and being willing to pass on these stories of recovery, strength, and compassion for their cultural values, beliefs, traditions, and families. These factors are what we call generativity. Generativity is any act of an older adult where they pass on traditional values, subsistence practices, language, beliefs, and any other activity that preserves and passes on the culture of the family and community. Traditionally, in Indigenous culture, elders are also referred to as keepers of the meaning. The elders are concerned with the preserving of a culture's traditions in order to preserve their way of living and being for the future generations, and to teach them how to live a life according to their cultural values. Through a lifetime of experiences, reflection, and teachings, Indigenous elders were able to transform their past misfortunes, hardships, and personal challenges because they could place their personal experiences in a broader context. Majority of the time, these experiences are told through stories. Similarly, in any culture, we have grandparents who tell us stories. Most times, it is about the challenges that they endured during the war or the struggles after war. These stories taught us not to be greedy and never take anything for granted. Some stories were cautionary tales, telling us to learn from their mistakes so that we can live an easier life. Finally, I believe that we need to continue to work together to make it an all-inclusive world to live in, a place where all voices are heard and not have communities of people pushed aside and hushed. This is my hope for the future. Thank you.